What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm installing rock lights on my truck, but we're gonna do it a little bit differently than normal. So we're not gonna do the traditional inside of the wheel well rock lights and connect it to the starter battery, all that. This is gonna be kind of different. I'm gonna use them as camp lights and kind of as like scene lights for when we're camping and hook them up to my power station instead. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. I'm gonna show you the whole process of the install, all the brackets I'm making and everything it takes to make this happen. So let's get into it. So here's the packaging they come in. Again, they're by Nilight. It's their rock light kit, and I just did the 4 pods. So I think they sell like 8 as well, but I just did the 4. This box is empty already. I've already got everything set out and ready to go. Mostly that's because there were some things I wasn't sure about. No information on how to hook these to a power station, or I'm doing custom brackets and stuff to make them fit where I need them to be, which I'll show you everything, but I didn't want to bore you with all that tedious, like figuring all that stuff out. So I'm gonna kind of catch you up to speed, show you what comes in the box first to kind of give you a quick overview, and then we'll show you what we're doing on the truck. Here's what comes in the box. So on this end of it, you've got the 4 connectors to where the lights go in. So here's an example of one of the lights. So you got the rock light here, it's got a big cord, and then here, right here is the connection. So those connections go in, they have a waterproof ring on them, and then you can actually tighten it up. So these tighten so that they don't come off ever. So a good connection there. So that's how you attach all 4 of your rock lights to there, because this is kind of the control panel. Right here you have the the Bluetooth smart box, so you can download an app on your phone. I'll show it to you in a little bit, but that's how you control the lights, turn them on and off, and change all the colors and do all the things that the app can do. And then from the factory, what Nilight does is it just runs to right here. And from the factory, it just does a red and a black electrical connection, so that you're kind of left to kind of splice it however you want. So I assume for most people, you would be connecting this to your starter battery. And so you would ground one and then connect one to your positive on your battery. But for me, what I did is I actually spliced it and connected it to a DC input so that I can plug it right into my power station. So where I got this thing was just right on Amazon. Here's the packaging for it, and I'll leave a link to this for anyone that wants to hook up to a power station this way. So right on Amazon. It comes in a 2-pack. So here's an example just so you can see it a little bit better. But you get a red and a black connection right there that goes right into a DC input. So again, just spliced them right together using some heat shrink connectors. And then some electrical tape over that, and it works just fine. When I had them all plugged in just to test them, they only pulled like 9 watts, so it was like barely anything. So here's your other lights. So you got 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one is already on the truck that I'll show you in a minute. And then the last thing you get in the box is these rubber pads that you mount the lights onto, and they give you 2 options. So this one is a flat one that I'll be using, and then these ones are kind of curved, and that's specifically if you're using them for like a roll bar or something. So these just kind of have some different holes and patterns and ways these can go. So this light just kind of sets in on there, and then you kind of just route the wire to whatever direction you want, whether it's out the back, out the bottom, or out the side. I'll be doing mine out the bottom right here. So this is the overall plan for the truck. I didn't really necessarily want lights coming out of the wheel wells. You end up with a lot of that light just kind of hitting the tire, and you kind of waste a lot of light coming out here. And I don't really want to connect to my starter battery at all, because I don't really have any desire to have rock lights for rock crawling at night, because I rarely ever do that. And mostly I just want lighting around my camp area. And when I want that lighting, I don't need it off of my starter battery because my truck's not turned on. So my idea, you could kind of vary this to do it on kind of whatever setup you wanted, but the way that my crossbars and everything are set up, I'm actually going to mount them 2 on each side on my crossbars, so that I have some camp light on the passenger side, and then I'll have some over here on the driver's side as well, so that I have some camp light that kind of just floods into where we are the most when we're camping. I've also seen some people mount them right to roof racks, which is probably easier because they make kits and everything. So I'll have a roof rack up there eventually, but for now I thought this light would be kind of nice down here. So let me show you what I'm doing in order to do this on my truck. So I want them kind of at a 45-degree angle. It would have been even easier just to mount it to the rubber pad and then mount it straight to the crossbar bracket right here, but then your light would just come out straight, and I want at a 45 so that it kind of hits the ground. So what I did was I made these brackets real quick. I only made one so far. I'll show you how to make the other 3. But I just had to test to make sure that this was actually going to work first. So here is the Nilight Rock Light. Here's the rubber bracket. And then these are the screws that come with it. So these screws just go and hook right into there through the holes that I drilled in the bracket. And then because of this bracket, this aluminum bracket that I made, I was able to run just one singular bolt with some washers through the back of there in order to secure it. And then the wire goes right through the bottom there. And then you can see it right here. I've got plenty of it. So I'm actually gonna run it under the tonneau cover. And then I'll do that for all 4 corners. So I'll have one here. I'll skip the middle one and do this. Do the exact same on the other side. And then I'll run all of the wires underneath the tonneau cover. Hopefully I can make it pretty. Kind of work them all the way over to here. And then I'll be able to hook that DC input just right into there, into the power station. And then I'll be able to control it from my phone or plugging it in and out right there on the power station. So I'm gonna pull this whole thing apart. I'll show you the bracket, how it looks when this is off. Show you how I made it, and then I need to take it off because I'm gonna paint them black anyway so that they blend in a little bit better. Here's what the bracket looks like. So this is the very front of it. So right here is where the rock light just kind of attaches right there, and I drilled those 2 holes so that you can put the bolts through there and tighten it down. And then on the back side, keeps wanting to focus on my face, but there we go. You can see the back side of it there, just one singular hole, pretty much right in the middle, where that 1/4 inch bolt can kind of go through and then go into the crossbar bracket. I did my best to make sure that this was a 45-degree angle. This distance to right here is about 1.5 inches. And so I'm gonna make sure that those are all the exact same. And then because this is aluminum, I'll be able to bend them later once it's dark if those lights aren't shining in the right spot. So let me really quick take you through the process of how I made these. I'll just make one of them with you and then get all 4 finished and ready to go. And then I'll paint them and then we'll get them on the truck. I'm just starting with a 1/16 inch sheet of aluminum. This is just some scrap aluminum. And then I'll show you how easy this is. I'm literally just using these to measure so that I don't have to like use a tape measure as much, being lazy, but it worked just fine on the first one. So I'm just lining this up perfect, edge to edge. So top edge, side edge here, lining it up, making sure that that's square with your square first. Okay, so I've got marks there, and then you have to obviously fold it into kind of a V. And so all I'm doing is doubling the size of this piece by dropping this one down here, marking it, marking it. So I've got my markings there. And then I just quickly put my square on it. Now I've got my cut piece of aluminum. I just usually put it in my vise and then I'm gonna sand it all down while it's straight to make it easier and round the corners off a little bit with a file. Now my piece of aluminum is ready and it's sanded down. It's got some rounded corners. Now I'm gonna bend it. So I start by taking the halfway mark here that I measured earlier. I'm just lining that right up in my vise here. And then to start this process, I'm just gonna gently tap it with my mallet and get the first 90 degrees bent. So now we're bent to about 90. The next thing I do is I just open this vise all the way up, and then I'm just gonna kind of crunch it till I get that 1.5 inch measurement that I need. All right, that's perfect. That's about 1.5 inches. And again, I might have to adjust these later once I see them in the dark, but it'll be easy to bend them even after if I need to. So now all I do is I just take this again, this rubber piece, and then just punch in my Sharpie through here to mark the 2 points where I need to drill holes. So there's my holes where the rock light will attach. Now I just need to do one on the back for the 1/4 inch bolt. All I did was put it right in the center, so you can use your tape measure and just measure in order to get it center. I'm probably just gonna use the one that I've already made and then use that to mark it. So now I've got 2 of them done. You just have 3 total holes. Pretty easy. I'm gonna make 2 more brackets. We'll get them painted and then get them on the truck. I'm in between coats on those custom aluminum brackets and I'm gonna keep adding some more to it. I'm just using a matte black spray paint finish on them so that they kind of blend into the crossbar. I'm gonna run all this wiring. I've got the tonneau cover pulled up right now so that I can actually see when I'm in there. and it'll give me a little more room to work with as I crawl around in there. I'm just gonna hook up all the wiring, add some zip ties, make it as pretty as I can, and then I'll show you kind of what I did. I've got everything installed, and it's working good. So I don't know if you can see that. I'll show you more in detail, but let me show you just how I ran the wiring for this specific setup that I have, in case that it applies to anyone trying to wire these things in this similar format. So first I'll just kind of show you how they turned out, but like I mentioned before, did them just 2 on each side, so there, and then right here, and they're working sweet. So all I did was, obviously I painted my brackets, attached the bolts exactly like how I showed you earlier, and then I ran the wire through a big hole in the bottom of this. It's actually, the wire goes through this hole right here, and then just goes underneath the tonneau cover on each side. And then over here, see if I get it to brighten up a little bit. You probably can't even tell, and that should hopefully be a good thing, because I tried to hide the wires. But I just kind of ran them across the bed rails, and then for the 2 on this left side here, I actually ran them on top of the bars for the tonneau cover, because I never take the setup off anymore, so it doesn't matter if it stays permanent like that. So they run on both of those bars, and just come over to this rail and tie in right there. So there's all 4 of them. That's about the most of the wire that you see. And then that box that I showed you that kind of controls the app, I mounted with zip ties on my Molly panel right there. These Molly panels you can get on Amazon. If you haven't seen it, I have a video for those as well. You make stuff, mounting stuff really easy. So I did that, and then I just kind of tidied right behind the EcoFlow. There's a bunch of extra wire just kind of zip tied up all neat and nice so that you can't see it anywhere. And then this just comes right here. This is the DC plug that I installed. And then with the way it works on my phone, for now, I can actually just leave that in there. So if I choose to turn the lights off with my phone, it doesn't pull any watts. And so I think that I'll be able to leave that just like I'm able to leave the cigarette plug, and then just control everything with my apps. The best way for me to do it is I usually just use the EcoFlow app and turn on the DC power. But then I can also adjust the color with the app for these as well. So let's check out that app real quick. And then tonight we'll come back and I'll show you how it looks in the dark, because that's what's most important. I have no idea how bright these are yet. But here's the app. I got the app pulled up. You can do any color you want. So they've got a color wheel that you can adjust and tune in any color you want. You got preset colors that you can choose, and some standard colors down here, so I can make them red or blue or green or any color you want, obviously. And then some RGB options. You can also dim it, so it has a dimmer here that you can dim them really low, bring up the brightness a lot. And then it has some funky things, like you can play music and it will kind of adjust the lights to the beat of the music. It can hear your voice and kind of adjust the lights as you talk, like that. And then a few other, like some pulsating and strobe options, timing. So more options than you probably need, but which is a good thing. It's fine because you don't want to be limited on options. So yeah, you can kind of move it around. I'm excited that I have so many color options, because I can do either blue, red, or green, and that should help keep the bugs away. If I remember right, I think it's green that bugs don't pay a whole lot of attention to. So that'll be nice to not have like a super bright white, but you can also do white as well. So some cool little options there on the app, so you can kind of change it to whatever you want. For anyone curious about the power draw, I have them all the way. I have it turned up all the way on brightness, and it's on white right now, and it's pulling 13 watts is all, so like nothing. And then if I change it to red or blue or any of the other colors, it's between 5 and 7, it seems like. See, there's 5 again, so like insanely low. So they're pretty much pulling like nothing, so they're super efficient. It's dark out now, so let's check out these lights. I'll show you as best as I can with the camera to kind of just show how bright they are and the different modes and how they look and how they turned out. Okay, here they are in their brightest mode. Here's a wide shot from the back of the truck. So just tons of light just flooding in there, just like that. So like I showed you earlier, you can kind of do any color you want, but here's an example of what the red looks like. Here's blue and green, orange. Yeah, super excited about this. The white is crazy bright. I'm excited to use some of these lower colors too, like this green and stuff at camp, just to kind of give it a softer feel. And then this is at max too, so you can adjust the brightness on any color too. So here I can turn it way down so it's just barely shining. You can have it up just a little bit like that. So lots of options. So hopefully that gave you a good idea of what those kind of look like. I'm super excited to try these out on actually camping and not just in my driveway. So nice. I love just having all of my power run right off of my power station and not have to worry about charging other lanterns and whatever and all that kind of stuff. So I love that it just charges right off my EcoFlow, which charges on my truck. So I rarely have to worry about, like, after a trip or before a trip plugging in a bunch of stuff. So really cool to have built-in camp lights and scene lights like that. These are way cheap. I'll put an Amazon link and a website link below. You can go check them out. Normally they're 45 bucks, which is still super affordable. But right now on Amazon, if you're watching this video after it was posted recently, they're only 37 bucks. So super cheap and really affordable. And the longest part was me making my own brackets, and even that wasn't horrible. So the actual install of these was a breeze. So again, I'll put the links below. Thanks so much for watching the video, you guys. Catch you next time.